Air signs, it looks like things might be a little bit grim around you at the moment, and you need to change your environment or change something about the people around you to reach a happier place, a happier time. We have the card indicating that there might be secrets around you that might be just a little bit harmful to you, even just unspoken desires or unspoken issues that you need to address. They may be to do with disappointment in a friend or lover or a family member. It could even be someone at work. And the Rooster card said there could be someone in your midst who is kind of strutting around and maybe acting from a bit of an egoistic point of view. This is an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. But you know, you get the vibe of somebody who's maybe just acting from a place of fear, so their ego is showing. You want idyllic times. And there are idyllic times ahead for you, but first there are some adjustments that are required of you, and it feels like you are going to have to step into unknown territory here. That seems to be what the universe is communicating to you this week, that this is kind of uncomfortable, but it's your chance to evolve into the full extent of your gifts, your talents, your emotions, the full range of your emotional expression or experience could be coming into play here. And it really is about new territory, like getting into unknown territory. The ninth house there with Mercury in it. This keyword is discovery. So it is kind of stepping into the unknown, going on a bold adventure within yourself or into new territory in your life. Mercury is it is about travel. It is also about communication, learning, expressing yourself. So you may be being called to express yourself in a new way. There is some element here of justice, judgment, or karma at play. The scales need to be balanced out somehow. And this week, it seems like you will have the opportunity to do that. The opportunity is coming in to get the balance of your life back in order. And to do so, you've got to step outside the norms and be a little bit unconventional. And if you have to throw things up in the air in a bit of chaos, that seems to be indicated, just making a change. So let's just see what the situation might be that's coming up that might be challenging you to break into new territory here. Right, so we see quite clearly here that you are at odds within yourself, and the issue seems to be about a long-term situation of stability that no longer feels stable, or your desire for a stability that you just are not feeling right now. And at the heart of it is either you are feeling stifled in your ability to act and take command and be in charge of your life with fire and passion, King of Wands in reverse here, or it could be a fire sign energy that isn't really acting in their best light. There's some element here about maybe not wanting to be alone anymore, not wanting to stand alone or feel cut off. You really want things to change in this regard, but there is some kind of push-pull energy within you that you're grappling with here about maybe the need to strike out on your own, leave home and find your true stability elsewhere. Because look, this is the card of leaving, of just taking off because you know that it's right for you. So it does really feel like you're being asked to leave a belief, a mindset, or even a situation, relationship behind. There is this feeling that you cannot juggle this anymore. You cannot keep making the trade-offs that you've been making. It has just become too burdensome now to keep making these trade-offs. You don't want to do it anymore. And instead of this King of Wands in reverse, what you are seeking is emotional fulfillment, where you are in charge of your emotions. You're able to give and receive emotions with health, with an open spirit, and that seems to be feeling like it's lacking. Now, there are fears around doing this. That is obvious. The Queen of Swords in reverse seems to indicate you are feeling very defensive at the moment, almost too trigger happy because of all the pain that you've suffered. It feels like you could really come out with this in a big, quite brutal takedown if you're not careful. And look, maybe that is the right thing to do. Maybe you've been silent for so long that it's time to let it all out. But in reverse, this Queen of Boundaries and of being logical and very cool could just get a bit ugly, a bit nasty. Take that if it resonates for you. There is somehow the need here to be patient and move slowly And there is a real advice here not to be delusional. With the Page of Cups being your energy to lean away from, that is just being head in the clouds, no plan. This is really saying make a plan and be prepared to follow it, even if it's going to take a while to see the results that you want. You do not want to just charge off, get rid of all this poison out of you, and then find yourself high and dry, like your knight in shining armor that you've been hoping for is just not going to materialize. You want to leap forward into the great unknown. So this is your balancing act. You're being urged to lean towards having hope in the future and the faith that you can have a beautiful and brilliant future, but you really have to be realistic about it and not delusional, because this is kind of a very hopeful card that has no plan. It's just kind of hoping for the best. So the Star card is saying, yes, you can be optimistic about your future, but don't be a freaking idiot about it. So look, I hope this is making sense for you, my darlings. Let's get some cards just to finish up, to get a tiny bit more clarity about what the message is for you for this week ahead, where you're grappling with these competing, conflicting desires and really wanting to do things in an out of the ordinary way or an unconventional way to get what you want. Well, this does feel like a love triangle situation. The Twin Flames card came out, so there is the pull towards somebody else, or the pull back. Maybe a very deep connection is holding you back and you're feeling stifled. So it is a matter of really knowing yourself at this point. But you will attract what you need by tapping into your truest energy and letting that exude from you to attract the people or circumstances that are right for you. Luck is on your side. So these two things tell me that you are being protected in this. There is some divine discontent here. The Rival card does seem to indicate the competing desires, maybe a love triangle, as I mentioned. There seems to be some karma here, and you might have felt trapped in a bit of a negative cycle where you were learning about yourself or burning off some karma, some sort of situation. So it feels like that is coming to an end. And it is because you are now learning to enact your boundaries. And that is in a measured way, not in this Queen of Swords in reverse way. You might have been at the mercy of this person not acting with integrity, and that might have caused you quite a bit of pain. So this might not be you. It really does feel like you've been through quite a thorny situation around relationships, and it's me versus you, it's us and them, it's how are you an individual versus how are you in a relationship. You may have subsumed too much of your genuine self into a relationship, and now you are fighting for your independence. Yeah, so this is where you are getting challenged by Saturn. It's in the 8th house of you and me. This is collectively shared values in a partnership, in any relationship. What are our assets? What are our beliefs and our values? So you've been really having to struggle here with what it means to be in a partnership. How do you get that balance? Saturn is about tests, trials. It is about tough love. It is about boundaries. So this is a trip that you have been on at the hands possibly of a very deep relationship that now has you feeling unstable and unsteady. It is time for unconventional action. And yep, there is a bright future ahead for you, but it is a matter of taking aim for your bright future, because luck is on your side. It will happen in a slow and steady way. So get rid of the delusional thinking, get real with yourself, and take solid steps towards your future. And remember, there are idyllic times ahead for you, so don't let go of that. If you'd like your own personal reading rather than this collective one, which won't resonate equally with everyone obviously, go to my website abundancelovejoy.com. Meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love and joy.